nasty niggas
Today's message of the day is how to hear from God. One question that I've actually been struggling with for many years is the fact that is God actually hearing me? And I've come to realize that God, He hears my every cry. He hears my prayers. He knows my ways. He knows everything about me, and I know that He hears me. He even feels the pain that I feel. So God does hear us whenever we call out to Him. But the real question is, are we able to hear from God? God speaks to us in many miraculous ways. God can speak to us through people, through social media, through reading our Bible, through with praying, even just walking around looking at nature. God can speak to us. But the question is, can we hear from God in those given moments? In those given moments, God is most likely speaking to us. We may not be able to recognize that's God's voice because our hearts are very hardened and we're not sensitive to the touch of God. So in those given moments, we may not even recognize that's even God. A hard-hearted person cannot hear from God or receive the many blessings that He has for us. A hard-hearted person is also in danger of hurting other people around them. If you are a hard-hearted person, allow God to soften your heart so you may be able to hear His voice, be able to receive the many blessings He has for us, and be able to be spiritually sensitive to what it is that He wants you to be aware of. The Holy Spirit lives inside of us, but with that, we also have fear, anger, depression, jealousy, or even complaining. And just, we have so much that also lives inside of us along with the Holy Spirit. And because of that, we tend to forget about the Holy Spirit. We tend to allow those negative things to overrule God's presence. And that just allows our heart to be very hardened and just into a place where we can't even hear or receive from God at all. So as men and women of God, we need to make sure our inner lives are engaged in things that are pleasing to God. That can be anything that is just beautiful and just pleasing to God in His sight. Now we need to also make sure that we are taking inventory of what goes in our hearts, because our heart is the dwelling place of God. So we need to be careful on what the things that we're allowing into our lives. My encouragement to you is to allow God to soften your hearts and allow God to be comfortable inside of us. God bless.